I got to end with the guy with its tiny penis because it's getting too goofy. We're sitting in here laughing and everything about it. Everyone's saying how small he is, and I'm going, oh, God, I'm not. And then Ralph comes in and goes, you're bigger than that.
Secretly, you're dying.
Yeah. Secretly, I'm going, they'd be laughing their ass off at me. I think the guy's got nerve coming in here and showing everybody.
I don't know.
It's unbelievable.
You see, my one feeling is, you shouldn't be ashamed of your body at all.
There you go. Yeah, especially when you're sitting there laughing at it.
There's plenty to laugh at on me.
Hey, you're on the air.
Oh, hi, Howard. Good morning.
Yeah, Barry.
I just wanted to suggest that he shouldn't get the operation,
He's small.
If
the operation worked, I would say go do it, but I'd go do it.
Yeah,
but it doesn't work yet. They haven't figured out a way to really do it.
Right, it's like radiokeratotomy. They're not sure about it yet.
Well, they're pretty sure about that.
I thought he was talking about a radio operation.
On your radios.
Radiokeratotomy.
No. Howard, there's people that are walking around with no legs, no arms.
Right.
Have such deformity.
What about you? You a big guy?
No, I'm like you.
Just stop sending me that mail. It's obscene. You're on the air.
Hey, Howard, it's Gary. I'm right outside the door.
Oh.
I gave him an awesome lesbian video and a really good magazine, so I just tapped on the door, and he said, another minute, man, I'm really close.
Yeah, well, tell him we don't want any accidents.
I know, that's what we're saying.
We just want to see what it looks like aroused.
Don't go too far.
All right.
We should be in a minute.
All right, hurry up. Tell him just to hurry up. Get him in here.
All right.
The whole world is waiting.
The world awaits. See, I don't think the guy's in that bad a shape compared to me.
He's a cute guy. If he got his act together, he'd find a girl.
And believe
it's just
me.
a mess psychologically.
Yeah. Although, what happens when he pulls on his pants and a chick like you starts laughing her ass off?
You just stay under the covers,
Yeah, right. There's ways to conceal that.
Stay under the covers.
Boy, that was the... I want to play back on your laugh when you see his wiener. I got to get a playback on that. What was that?
Smallest on a grown-up.
Smallest on a grown-up. Well, compared to a baby, though, you've seen smaller babies, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So the guy can feel better. There you go. He's bigger than somebody.
Some babies.
What would possess a guy to come down here and show it to us?
He got to be nuts, right?
Yeah. Not a bad-looking guy, though.
No, very cute guy. I keep saying that. He's a cute guy.
Yep. Maybe he'll go out with Robin Rosinski.
Well, there's a lot to look forward to.
Hey, you want to hear, while we're waiting for this guy to come in aroused?
Yeah.
You want to hear, oh, wait, here he is. Hurry up, quick. Come here. Come in, Robin, quick.
Okay.
Come on, show us, quick. Hurry up. Oh, hey, that's, wow. Hey. That's not so bad. Wow. It's pretty, oh, it is pretty.
Oh, he's fine.
You like that?
Yeah, he's fine.
See?
What are you talking about?
Wait, Robin, is he really fine?
Yeah. He can get the job done.
He can get the job done with that. Yeah, all right. Can't believe this show.
This is a long run down the hall.
This is a weird, and you probably would have been a little more.
In the room, I was a little bit more
Was it so
impressed.
bad? Yeah, that's all.
Good movie.
You like that movie?
Yeah, isn't that a great movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't have a copy of that. That's just,
You almost left me in there too long.
I was getting nervous you were gay if that didn't have any effect on you. So, really, you thought it was okay?
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. He just looks tiny. You got the same problem I do. I'm big when I get excited. It's just when I get, when I'm down like that, I got the same thing. That's it. Just deal with it.
And you don't need any surgery.
Yeah. Otherwise, you might have something that don't even work.
Right.
You don't want that, man.
I tend to get real desperate and fall in love with every girl I'm with just because I want them to like me. I'm
Yeah, but
so
with what you got, they should like you. Unless you're kind of a weird
this
guy.
This is what I'm saying. He's weird. It's not his penis.
Yeah, it's your personality. You're scaring me. You know, you talk kind of like a mental patient. You're like, I got time to get desperate with every girl. And your eyes get all bug-eyed. That's your problem.
You scare the girls away with what you do when you're standing up.
Yeah.
I feel much better now.
Yeah. You're fine, man. Don't go. If the operation was safe, I tell you to do it. But they haven't perfected it. Hey, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, what's up?
Yeah.
You think that if he takes that TM that you've been taking, that'll go away?
What, the transcendental meditation?
Yeah, man. It's all in his head.
Oh, you think his penis will grow if he does transcendental meditation? I've been doing it 20 years. Mine hasn't. I'll tell you that. Hey, I just figured the broads love me anyway, right?
Hell
Why
yeah.
should I? What the hell?
Hell yeah.
I give them. Believe me, what I got is enough for them.
Yeah, right.
That's all. You see my wife, she goes wild.
There you go. Tell him to
She's
use
down to
that.
wanting it once a week.
Tell him
She
to
goes
use
real
the
wild.
vibrator.
What?
Tell him to use the vibrator. when he's
That's
going
right.
to-
That's right. Thank you.
That's Timmy Skull.
Right.
Howard, does your maximum size vary a lot?
Sure. Depends on the broad I'm with. With my wife, I'm 2 inches. with a hot girl, new girl, 6'7".
Get another inch.
I'm serious. That is true.
I think it has to do
Dude,
with
you're obsessed. Now
time,
listen to me. I'm
time
gonna
of abstinence.
listen to me. Never mind time. Yeah, I know. The more I do it, the better size I am. Listen to me. Listen to me.
I'm listening.
You're not that bad off. You hear what I just said? I got the same problem. I don't go running around to nude beaches
Yeah, what's
showing
wrong
girls
with you?
what I look like flaccid.
I don't
I
show
keep
any.
that. All right. Now, from now on, I'm the last person you're going to show flaccid. You understand? Raise your right hand. I, Matt,
Micro Matt,
Micro Matt, will never show my flaccid state
will never show my flaccid state
to anyone ever again.
to anyone ever again.
It is mine and Howard and Robin and Jackie and Fred's secret.
That's right.
Come on.
And the 40 million viewers.
No, they didn't see
They
it.
didn't see it.
I'm going to show it to them, but they haven't seen it.
Well, they heard you're talking
Right.
about
And
it.
listen to me. Forget about that. When you're excited, that's when a woman sees you. Did you hear what I just said? Stop going to places and showing people every minute. When you're
And
excited.
answering stupid ads.
And
Go
if-
find a good girl.
And after you make love to a woman, put your underpants on. So also you don't have to sit there and stare at that thing. That's all. Use your head. Literally. All right?
I'll try, Howard.
All right? And here's the
Like,
answer to your
stay out
problem.
of doctor's offices.
Right, and stay at a doctor's office. I break out into a sweat when I got to show a doctor. Doctor, I had to go for an insurance exam. The guy goes, old guy, he goes, swear to God, this is a true story. I told Robin about it. I walk in, this guy, it's his last day as a medical doctor. He's retiring. I had to get insurance, for the kids and everything. You gotta get insurance, medical insurance, whatever the hell you call that. So I go in there, life insurance. And the guy's giving me an exam. He takes blood. I'm fine. He's doing the whole thing. And the whole time, all I can think about is, oh, my God, what if I got to take my pants? He's going to do the hernia check. I know I got no hernia. What is he checking for a hernia? And they told me, and I wanted to ask my insurance guy, would I have to pull my pants down? But I was embarrassed to ask him. So I'm sitting there with the old guy, and he says, okay, pull down your pants, my boy. I'm going to give you the check. I was like, oh, my God. I was sweating. I just went like this. I pulled him down. And nothing there. Nothing. I mean, it's like I was a woman.
It was hidden.
Yeah, it was hidden from view. All right? It was unbelievable. He probably thought it was an amputee. No. So anyway, the guy looked. He was an old guy, professional guy. He's seen it all. He turned like this, and he went like this. All right? His eyes were like popping out of his head. I could see it. He did a double take. For an old guy. You know what I mean? He went like this.
He'd seen a lot.
Yeah, he just, he went, he looked, he went, because he thought something was missing. I was like a flat board, okay? I know that. I know I got nothing. All right, so he saw. What am I going to do? And I pulled him up. I tried to act normal. Took me about 5 minutes to recover. I couldn't. I tried to have conversation. I couldn't. I admit, I was sweating like a pig. But other than that, nobody sees. Keep it to myself. That's all. I don't have to embarrass anybody or myself. You're busy showing people. You're busy crying about it. Forget about it. Don't do that anymore. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I went to a doctor right before I was going to have this procedure done,
You
and
sound like a sad sack.
he looked at it. He said, "Oh, I've seen many, many penises smaller
Yeah,
than yours."
it's probably my doctor, the guy who gives me the insurance exam.
But I just hear you guys saying you've never seen anything smaller.
But we don't go looking like doctors look.
I told you I'm as small as you are. You hear what I just said? I can't say too much. Robin will laugh at me. And by the way, the sound of Robin's laugh will fade in 2 or 3 years. All right? Trust me.
You sure?
Oh, yeah. Everything passes with time. You talk to people who are in Auschwitz. People in Auschwitz forget what the Nazis did to them after 20 years. You know what I'm saying? The mind works that way. So Robin's piercing laugh will just fade right out.
It'll get fainter and fainter.
It'll get fainter, and soon you'll even convince yourself she hardly laughed at all. All right? And if it doesn't fade, get a lobotomy. Hey, you're on the air.
Yeah,
Now,
Howard.
Paul, you said you had the operation?
Yeah.
And what happened?
It's all lopsided.
See?
It's like all puffy
Yeah,
on one
see?
side.
Right. Robin's laughing either way. But you had the lengthening or the thickening?
The thickening.
Oh, yeah, the thickening, forget about it. They pump this fat into your thing, and it looks
But
like a
even
sausage.
the lengthening,
I went
they're
back.
cutting
I went
things.
back 3 times.
Yeah, no, they don't have it perfected yet. I made the mistake. You just go home. What's the matter with you?
I mean,
There's
you
a
got any?
safety issue.
Do you know
too.
anybody I can go see and get it taken care of?
Yeah, Robin will take a look at it.
Robin will take a look at
No,
it.
I don't know anybody who takes care of that. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
The
Take care.
condoms on Jackie's fingers are too big for me.
Oh, please.
Oh, come
come on.
Condoms have fallen off. It's
Oh, get out of
get
here. You're
AIDS.
fine. You hear what I just said? That's what you got. Deal with it. Stop showing everybody. Stop crying.
They're
about
not going to help you with that problem.
it. I would never show anybody. That's it. It's crazy. That's all. You hung like that, you keep it to yourself.
Stop being so obsessed about that.
All right. Then once I saw you excited, you're all right. You're not great, but you're all right.
We're animals. We're human beings. Sex is important.
Listen to you. You sound like a scary guy.
And he's a
We're
fun
animals.
We're
Yeah,
animals.
sex is
We're
important.
animals. Sex
So
is
find
important.
something more important. Do what I do. I sit in my computer all day. I hardly have time for sex. And when I have sex, the lights are low. I get my wife on the bed real quick. 1, 2, 3. She don't even know what hit her. I use the vibrator on her, but I don't have my pants. I make up for it over there. And then she...
There are ways.
Yeah, once a week I have sex. You train yourself not to be into it. I live the life of a monk. I tell you, I only get it once a week from a woman. Myself, I get it every night, but not from a woman.
Yeah,
For
I
myself.
live the life of a monk.
Right, from my own self, I get it.
That doesn't bother your wife.
But who cares? She doesn't even know.
Bother your
That
wife.
doesn't bother your
Where are
wife.
you from?
What am I going to do? I could either cheat on... He's from the planet RoboCop. You got Robo-micro penis.
Robo micro penis
Yeah.
over here.
You got the expression of RoboCop. You know that? They removed half his head, and he talks like you. You get a personality. Go out there. Stop thinking about penis every minute.
Yeah, you want the girl to like you, not
Yeah.
what's in your pants.
Yeah, and you're not that bad. You could satisfy a woman with that. Believe me, Robin's been satisfied with less.
Oh, yeah.
Much less.
Much less. All right? Are you done now? You feel better?
Yes.
All right. There's the sound of Robin looking at your schwanz. That's the actual laugh. All right.
Oh, is that real?
That is real.
I didn't realize what my reaction was.
Next time you're in bed, let me give you a recommendation. Next time you're in bed and you really want to...
Tell us every perverted story.
I had to bleep him
man.
off. He just told us some pervert. He used his toes on a woman. And she was more satisfied, right? Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
I was wearing my shoes.
Yeah, you're a scary guy, I got to tell you.
Yeah,
It's your
you're
personality. It's not your
something
weenie. All right, you got to...
Actually, I'm pretty normal.
No.
No,
I
you're
think
not.
You should be in counseling about 5 days a week.
When he walked in, he said, you looked at him and it's like, God, he's so normal. And every time he says something,
Yeah.
a little weird.
Yeah.
You want to head for the hills.
I can't get a girl. The last girl I was with, I met in a van, and I pulled my pants down.
I had to sign an agreement for 6 months.
Yeah, I had to use my toe.
Oh, God.
Condoms fall off of me.
Cuff him.
My doctor suggested taping the condoms on.
My doctor suggested taping the condoms on. You know who he's
well,
like?
you're not supposed to put them on before you're excited.
He's like that comedian.
That's Stephen Wright?
Yeah.
I was on an all-night flight. I'm tired. You guys sent me on Value Jet.
Did we? I was on an all. Did we send you on Value Jet?
Maybe an alligator bit him.
We were trying to help.
What, an alligator bite off your... I can't believe you sent me on Value Jet. so you could stare at my small penis.
He risked his life.
He risked his life.
And now you tell me my penis isn't my real problem, my personality problem.
Now
Yeah,
you tell me my penis isn't my real problem. It's my personality.
Do you have friends?
I can't change my voice. I'm sorry.
Do you have friends?
Oh yeah,
No.
I do. I have lots of friends.
Really?
I was in
When
a
I pull my
fraternity.
pants down and show them, they don't want to be my friend anymore.
They just put me on an airplane. That's a value jet flight.
Yeah. I need a personality transplant.
That's what you need. Can they inject some of that?
My last girlfriend broke up with me because my penis was small. But now I realize it's not because of that. See, you think that's your problem with women.
No,
that
it's not
isn't.
that.
You talk like this.
It's very important to me.
I don't know. I went to a doctor and he told me I was fine.
He
But
said, what?
But I didn't believe him.
He said, maybe I should take the condoms.
Maybe I should tie it with twine.
I got nervous. His name was Dr. Mo. Dr. Larry and Curly were on vacation. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying your problem is.
Yeah, maybe you're just
Yeah.
nervous because you're in here with us.
Yeah,
but-
try and say something with a little inflection in your voice. See what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Anyway, I want to thank Micro Matt for coming in here. Micro Matt, maybe we'll give you some prizes because you're a good guy. You flew all the way in from California here on Value Jet.
Make me an intern, Howard.
Tom Chiusano bought that ticket.
He's backing Value Jet all the way.
As soon as Tom heard about the accident, he knew he'd get a cheap ticket from California.
He's behind them.
Do you know what the price on the ticket was?
$324.
Round trip.
Yeah. It's normally about $550.
Yeah, for a normal flight.
And like the overhead compartments were falling down, screws were coming out.
Well, are you a student?
I was.
You weren't, so, okay.
Went to Stanford.
Hey, you're a smart guy.
Smart guy.
There's a brain under there somewhere.
Well, maybe one day you'll invent a cure for your penis. All right, let's take a
Go
break.
work on it.
Yeah. Let's take a break, Rob. We have much to get to
That's
today.
right. Much more important.
Yeah, the Micro Matt. All right. And Robin, thank you for being so sensitive to Micro
yeah,
Matt.
you guys laughed.
That was
too.
Jackie. That was
How more than me.
All right. Thank you so much.
Do you think Elephant Boys is bigger than mine?
I do.
Probably, yeah.
Probably. But he's got another set of problems.
He doesn't even have a girl.
Right.
He's banned from the show now.
Right. We'll take a break. We'll be back right after these words. Thanks, Micro Matt. Something, Pastor?
Sure, please do.
I think sexuality is not a big deal. I think it's part of our nature as human beings. I think we're sexual beings. I think it's part of our nature. I don't think that you should go around raping or killing or maiming or anything like that, but I think enjoying the sight of a beautiful woman and sort of getting maybe a little kinky.
I think what the pastor is saying,
I think I'm
however,
honest
is
about
that
it.
you should be enjoying the sight of your beautiful wife.
Oh,
and
I
that's
do.
It.
I do.
That's it. You're not listening to the rest of the sentence.
I enjoy the one I'm with. When she's not here, she's out of sight, out of mind. But no, I do not cheat.
Yeah, I do appreciate that, Howard, but I guess the real issue is, yes, God did create sexuality, but when we turn away from God, I mean, Romans chapter 1 tells us that when we turn away from God, we're going to be turned to a sexual obsession and begin...
You think I'm obsessed?
I think that
I think every guy... Hey, Pastor, let me say something.
Yeah.
I think every
Would
guy...
you let him finish a sentence?
I
'Cause
already...
You're jumping the gun.
Pastor, I think every guy is obsessed with sex, even you.
They're all away from
I
God,
think,
is what
I think
he's
most men are tend in that direction.
Of course, so I'm honest about it. That's
Yeah,
the only
fair
difference.
enough. I'm not arguing that.
Okay.
Yeah, but what I would say is that what the real issue is we desire, we're created with a deep need for God in our lives. And when that need is not filled by God, then we turn away and begin to enter into what you would say are kinky things. And
Pastor, let me say this. Let me say this. What is it? Like, I admit...
In your defense,
Listen, thank you.
I will defend you.
Thank you, brother.
Because this pastor sits and listens to the radio.
Yes.
And he draws a conclusion about you and your family from the person he hears on the radio. He never gets to see you in your home.
That's right.
He never gets to see you with your wife.
That's right.
He doesn't understand the level of devotion.
Howard.
That's right,
and
Robert.
the level of commitment and the strength of a relationship. That
Would you take a
exists
love
there.
pill this morning? Hey, Pastor, let me tell you something. I admit that I masturbate, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I admit
Is
it.
that wrong?
Now, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Would you be man enough to admit that you do it?
You know, Howard, I think what we need to do is get back to what we're going to talk about on Sunday.
Right. No, but you know what I'm saying,
He's
Pastor?
not man enough.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Well, Pastor, what I'm saying is,
But is masturbation wrong? That's a wrong thing.
just because I'm on the radio, I'm not a god or a genius of any kind. I'm just a guy who admits the truth. And I believe Jesus would be proud of the fact that I say, hey, yes, I do masturbate. And I am 42 years old, and it is pathetic that I still need to have that.
Why
but,
do you say that?
Well, because, Jesus, look at me. For God's sakes, you think I'd outgrow that already. But,
Howard,
but I know other guys do it, too.
You know, one of the most important things that I would want to, that I believe Jesus would say to you in this Sunday sermon is that he appreciates your search for the truth.
Thank you.
Yeah, and truly, and that truth is that you're only going to find fulfillment ultimately in a relationship with God that's given to you through Jesus Christ.
Pastor Greg, when am I going to hear the actual sermon? I mean, am I going to be? Are you taping it at all?
Yeah, we'll tape it. You know what, Howard? I would love to have you come out, and perhaps Allison and you and my wife and I could go out for dinner after church.
Now exactly where? But you're in Ohio. I got to shoot the movie this weekend.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah, you know what? I'll tell you what I'll do. I will send you a manuscript and a tape of the sermon.
Ooh, I would love it. Thank you.
That would be great.
Oh, thank you, Pastor Greg.
Yeah.
And
I still can't get my questions.
Is masturbation wrong?
Yeah.
Is masturbation wrong, Pastor Greg?
You know, Robin, is that really that big of a concern to you?
Yes.
Well, he's doing it all the time.
I want to know what Jesus would say. You know, as long as we talk about what Jesus would say to me, and you got a beeline to Jesus.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I'd love to discuss that issue with you sometime. We'll do that on another show, perhaps.
Really?
Yeah. We'll just focus right now.
Boy, the pastor's like a tease. The pastor is a tease. He knows how to get his second shot on the air.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I've got this sermon to prepare for Sunday. A lot of work to do.
Would Jesus say though to me, Howard Stern, that what I'm doing by masturbating
is that cheating on his wife?
Would that be cheating?
Waiting to be with her?
It certainly possibly could be.
Now, let me ask you something, without getting too personal.
Yeah.
You've done that, and you're married, right?
You know, that is not something that I'm willing to...
See, so maybe you cheat on your wife.
What I'd be willing to do is in a private conversation, if you're serious about learning what God has to say about this, yeah, I'd be willing to discuss that with you.
But let me give you a theoretical. Let's say you are doing that, okay? I'm gonna go by the assumption that you are doing it because I say every guy's doing it. That means you're cheating on your wife, too.
You know, one of the things, I have a note right here on my desk that says there's not a whole lot of difference between myself as Pastor Greg and Howard Stern.
Exactly.
We are both sinners. The only difference is the difference that Jesus Christ makes in my relationship to God.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Hmm. What does that mean?
Yeah, that threw me for a loop.
That threw me for a loop, Pastor.
All I know is he ain't answering your question.
In other words, we're a whole lot alike. Just the issue is have I accepted Christ as my personal Lord and Savior?
That's the only difference?
When that happens, when God looks at me, he doesn't see sinful Greg Nettle. He sees someone who has been redeemed by him.
Oh, really? So you could sin all you want as long as you accept Jesus Christ.
But God has, like, rose-colored glasses on where you're concerned.
As long as you accept... In other words, as long as I say I accept Jesus Christ, I can do whatever I want. I'm off the hook.
There's a part of accepting Jesus Christ that's involved as repentance as well. I mean, it's that going down one way down the road and you turn around and go the other.
Let me ask you something. Pastor Greg, you ever see those pictures of the African guys, the black guys praying to rocks and stuff?
Yeah.
Do you think that's as ridiculous as saying I accept Jesus Christ absolves me of all my sins?
I don't think it.
Do you think there are any?
Jesus Christ is your Savior.
But do you think that's any? Do you think it's ridiculous to pray to a rock?
Yeah, I do.
You do. What's the difference between praying to a rock and praying to a guy you never met?
You know, it's interesting because Scripture deals with that exact issue. It says that many people on this earth will pray to things that don't live, that don't breathe, that don't have eyes, and that there literally is only one true God. That people who pray to Buddha are full of it, right?
They're wrong.
They're wrong,
and
you're right.
I don't think they're full of it. No.
But they're not going to. But they're not going to. But if they masturbate and they pray to Buddha, that's bad. They're cheating on their wives, but if you pray to Jesus and masturbate, you'll be okay. You're not cheating.
Here's what it comes down to, Howard. If you're in a, did you see the movie Dead Man Walking?
I did.
Oh, great film.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sean Penn is going to be put to death.
Right.
And he's sentenced. He's guilty of the whole shot. That's me and you. And the issue is that Jesus Christ steps in here in his place and he says, "I'm going to die in your place so that you can continue to live." That's what Christianity is all about, is accepting that free gift thing. Thank you for that.
But it looked to me like Sean Penn died, not Jesus.
Yeah, it looked like Sean Penn on the stretcher, didn't it?
It looked like Sean Penn was carried out of there.
Broken analogy.
Well, hey, listen, I'm just saying that there is no difference between organized religion in this country and the African praying to a rock. We all need it to get through the day. We like to think that when we die, there's going to be something hereafter. And the guy praying to the rock has built his own little organized system of religion, just like you.
He has his own set of rules.
Just the way you do. And there's nothing more ridiculous than praying to a rock or than praying to anybody.
I guess what it is...
You can't say you're more right.
someone's on the shore and they're throwing you out a rope, and that rope is Jesus Christ, and you have to grab hold and come in on Jesus Christ to be saved, you'd accept that rope.
What about Buddha? What about Buddha?
There's no rope there. There's nobody hanging on to that rope at the end on the shore.
You're saying there's no Buddha, but there is Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
That
You're
Jesus
sure?
Christ, what the Bible says, and you can throw this out, Howard, and that's. But as I have to be.
I just can't believe how sure you are of that, and I can't believe how you absolve yourself of like masturbation isn't a sin as long as you say okay, so I'm for Jesus Christ, so everything, so I'm okay.
Oh, I would never absolve myself of that sin. Every time I sin, I'm breaking God's heart, so I would never absolve myself of that.
All right, so okay.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from.
I guess the real issue, though, boy, I'm thrilled this morning that you're seriously listening to this.
Oh, I'm listening.
Okay.
I just can't believe you really believe this.
Yeah, I
can't believe you think there's a difference between an African praying to a rock.
He sounds like a logical guy, and there's a point where he takes a leap.
Yeah, he takes the leap of faith. That's
over
cool.
on the other side.
Because my kids take that leap of faith.
Because the Buddha rope has nobody at the end of it, but he sure his does.
When my kids are scared of the dark and they tell me they think there's a monster in their closet, and I open up the doors and I go through it with them, they take the same leap of faith. They go, no, I still see the monster in there. They take that leap of faith.
Yeah.
I can't convince them otherwise. There is a monster in the closet.
Do you take your kids to church, Howard?
Yes.
What church do you go to?
I don't want to say because I don't want everyone showing up looking for me.
The church of what's happening now.
The church of Satan.
Okay.
Yeah, we pray to Satan pretty much.
Do you?
No, of course not. We pray to Jesus H. Christ.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Church of Norris. No, but I'm just saying. Do you believe in fairy tales?
What do you mean? Do I believe?
Do you think
in
they're
them?
silly? Do you think like Hans Christian Andersen is silly?
I think they're brilliant writing.
You do?
Yeah.
But do you think they're real?
I think they're probably reflections of our society.
Okay. Now, do you think that the guy praying to the rock is real? That the rock might have some mystical powers?
No, I don't believe a rock.
Do you think
has
Buddha
mystical
might have some
powers.
mystical powers? No.
What I believe.
You believe in one fairy tale over another.
No. You can't equate Christianity with a fairy tale.
Of course you can.
Oh no, because the reality
You don't know
is
that it's real.
That lives have been changed throughout history. That people will give you the testimonies of their incredibly changed lives. When Christ.
Yeah, because they have faith.
But every religion can show you lives changed.
No, not to Pastor Greg. Whoops.
No, I really do believe that you're right. You're correct.
Yeah.
That people, every religion can show you change.
Yeah, because all religions are good. They basically keep man in line. I'm all for religion because otherwise you'd have a bunch of wild heathens running around who if everyone suddenly realized that when we die, nothing happens afterwards, we'd be screwed. Everyone would be running around having sex, wild sex, killing each other because they'd realize that there's nothing else afterwards. Religion's perfect for me. I think it calms everyone down.
Howard, reading your book, the first one, Private Parts, I guess, that's when you tell the story about when you first fell in love with Allison.
That's correct.
That seemed like a fairy tale to you. In that book, I mean, that is a beautiful love story.
Yes, it happened for real. In fact, that's the whole focus of my movie.
And that, it is.
Yes.
Great. I'll look forward to it.
In fact, you're going to like the movie.
Good.
Yes.
I'll be excited about that. Howard,
you're going to have to cover your eyes for certain parts. But, yeah, that's it.
I probably will have to.
Just say, Jesus forgive me. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
and Jesus forgive Howard. I'll throw that in there, too.
But you'll like the movie, actually.
The point is, Howard, when the fairy tale relationship you had with Allison, obviously because you've remained faithful to her for 20-plus years.
I respect her.
It was a real thing.
Yes, I honor her. I respect her.
That's what I found in my relationship with Jesus Christ. It was so good when I
I'm
first
just telling you, a lot of guys fall in love with their religion.
But I found,
Allison is a living, breathing person that he can talk to. He's built a relationship.
But that's what Pastor Greg's saying.
Wait a minute. Come on. You've seen Jesus?
Well, Robin, that's the amazing thing. That is the whole point.
Pastor Greg, I've seen Harvey the Attack Rabbit.
Wait a minute.
I said, I've seen Harvey the Rabbit. I mean, my kids see a little thing in the closet. You know what I mean? They see like little monsters and stuff. A lot of people see stuff. The guy in Africa praying to the rock sees something in the rock. You dig?
Yeah, I do.
All right, so you've got your own little thing to help you get through the day.
Yeah, but I know that my thing is real, and I know that that's testified.
Can I tell you a sad story?
Millions and millions of people around the world.
Pastor Greg, I hope you live a long life, but let me tell you something. When you die someday,
you
ain't going nowhere. You're going to lay in a box and worms are going to eat you. I guarantee you. I know it. I know it as God is my witness. You hear what I said?
You know, you're right. My body is going to lay in a box, and worms are going to eat me.
And where do you think you're going to go?
Bottom line is then my soul is eternal. Because
where do you think it's going to go? You think you're going to go up to heaven?
It's going to be an eternal reality with God, yeah.
And what do you think is going to go on up there? What do you think? Like, there'll be a lot of hot chicks, or what is the reward?
I think to be in the presence with God is going to be absolutely incredible.
Really?
You know, here's the amazing thing.
Then why wouldn't you kill yourself now to go beat God?
Because as the Apostle Paul said, for me to live right now is to live like Jesus Christ, and then someday to die will be to my gain.
You think Santa Claus is real?
Don't be silly.
What did you say, Jackie?
Don't be silly.
Oh, is Santa Claus real?
Well, Jackie just said, don't be silly.
No, but how do you know Jesus is real? There was a Santa.
Because lives have been changed.
Right.
Yeah,
lives have been changed. Okay. All right, listen to me. Pastor Greg, I like you.
I like
you know
you
what?
too,
I
Howard.
must say that it's nice to hear a guy who truly believes this stuff, who stands up every Sunday.
Well, yeah. I don't even know the Pastor Greg. I think at this point Pastor Greg can't get out of it. This is how he makes his living.
No, but he's into it because he believes it.
I don't think he believes 100%. I don't think Pastor Greg believes. I think he's got. Listen, it's just like sometimes I get on the air. I'm not totally into it that day, but I do it because I got to make a living.
Howard, exactly. I think you can't get out of what you do.
Right, you're stuck in your thing.
It's very difficult for you to change right now because that's the way you make your living.
You and I are in the same business. We're entertainers. You got to entertain your little crowd there with the Jesus story.
So,
I really believe.
I know you believe. That's good that you believe.
I don't think that you'll find him on a street corner taking a hooker into his bed.
Who, Pastor Greg?
Like,
no.
Jimmy Swaggart.
No, I think Pastor Greg's like living a clean life. I think he masturbates a little bit. I think he does a little sitting.
He sins and then he apologizes.
I even think he might smoke a roach or two. You don't know. No? You don't think so?
Sure. Maybe he takes a drink or something.
Let's wrap this up. But,
all right.
But before I go, I want you to know, truly, I want you to know more than anything that Jesus loves you now more than ever. Robin, he loves you too.
Oh, he does not.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
He finally noticed me.
Pastor Greg, let me say, Pastor Greg Nettle, very nice to come on the air of the Jackson Christian Church in Ohio, one of the top churches in the country. Everybody who's into Jesus flocks to there. And tonight,
I can't wait to hear the sermon.
This Sunday, what would Jesus say to Howard Stern? I look forward to receiving your tape. I hope that I can get it FedExed because I'm dying to hear what Jesus would say to Howard Stern.
I'll get it to you first thing.
Thank you so much, Pastor Greg. God bless you. May Jesus be in your life for a long time.
Bye-bye, Robin.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
There is the pastor, who is very ensconced in the whole religion.
Yeah, man, he can spout off those platitudes.
He's digging the whole thing, man.
Dance around questions.
Yeah.
As the Apostle Paul said, Howard.
I just want to know if he's spanking the monkey, that's all. All right, we got to take a break, Rob. When we come back.
I'm no different from you.
What did one alligator say to the other alligator?
What?
For a cheap airline, the food ain't so bad. All right, here's Bruce again. I mean, did we play Bruce yet? Yeah, okay,
no.
Here he is.
Now that I finally have a degree, I'm hoping to get a good job in the entertainment business.
Homo says what?
Hey, you're on the air.
Hello. Hi.
Hey, dude.
I just want to tell you, man, you are a hypocrite.
Thank you.
You know, and I'll tell you why. You and Robin both. This OJ thing, you know, who cares about OJ? You know, he's just a microcosm of what goes on in this world. This is a murdering, violent, horrible, if you look at the history of this country, all the murdering that's been going on, like with the wars and everything like that.
Yeah, go ahead. Why am I a hypocrite?
Were you sleeping under his bed? Do you know what happened? I'm not defending the guy. I mean, look, you know how many things that are horrible that's going on in this country, and everyone has to focus on
Homo
OJ
says
Simpson? What?
Hey, listen, let me say something to you. I'll tell you why you're a douchebag.
And I'll tell you why you're a hypocrite. Here you are. What is this guy? Orson Welles says something about the Jews, and you get on his back all crazy
Orson
like that.
Welles is
You're
dead,
the guy that said...
Orson Welles
Not
is
Orson
dead.
Welles, Marlon Brando, right?
Yeah,
they look
right.
the same,
Marlon
right?
Brando is a hypocrite.
Now, look at you. You're the guy that called the Filipinos filthy, dirty people.
No, not all of them. I said there's a lot of people... No, you don't know anything what I
listen
said.
to your show every morning. I remember you said
Douchebag says what? Really, really,
right?
You're incredibly stupid. You don't even know what I believe.
Yeah, but that's what you're saying.
I was commenting on the Filipinos who sell their children into white slavery. If they're white, I don't know what they are.
Well, white slavery is the term for prostitution.
Yeah, but you know what? That regardless of that, let me tell you something about OJ. You don't even understand what the definition of a hypocrite is. That's sad about you.
That's what you are.
You are a total moron.
Yeah, see, you
called me a hypocrite.
I'm a moron and all that kind of stuff.
What is hypocrisy? Give me the definition of hypocrisy. Tell me what it is. You're so smart.
a guy like you.
Yeah, no. What does the word
Why
hypocrite mean?
don't you let me talk? A guy like you that's going to turn around and say one thing and show that you believe in it, and then you go around and do
Okay. Now, so because I say O.J. is a bad person, that's hypocritical?
Look at this country.
How is now? What have I done?
Who cares about O.J.? You know how many people get murdered every day?
That still doesn't. That still
and everyone
doesn't.
has to focus on some loser ex-football player.
So that still doesn't mean hypocrisy if you focus on
Another
O.J.
reason why you're a hypocrite. You talk about.
I can't deal with a guy like that. He's not gonna. He's just gonna filibuster over there with his idiocy. Who's gonna sit and listen to that? I can't sit and argue with this guy. The guy's a total douchebag. You heard when I said homo says what? He said what?
Oh, man.
Guy totally fell for it. What kind of idiot is that?
Douchebag says what?
I mean, the guy's a total idiot. He fell for homo says what? How many guys you know fall for that? He doesn't even really understand what a hypocrite is. Because I'm uptight about O.J. doesn't make me a hypocrite. He's saying there are bigger problems in the world. Why don't we worry about those? But why should you not worry about everything? And that's the problem I choose to worry about. Asswipe.
Oh.
I worry about a lot of stuff. Dick 4. Dick 4.
What's that?
What's a dick for?
Yeah.
What do you think? I'll show you. Homo says what?
Homo says what?
What's a dick for?
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Come on, Robin.
I said, what's that? Not
All right.
what.
What's a dick for?
No.
You know who that was on the phone? JFK Jr. He didn't know anything. Saturday night was my night for sex, and I didn't think my wife was going to give me any, so I started talking about how she doesn't love me.
To her?
Yeah. And I said,
Where were you?
I said, this
At
marriage.
the dinner table?
No, I'm laying in bed, and I'm like thinking, like, man, I haven't had sex in a week, and it doesn't even seem to bother my wife. It doesn't even seem to bother her.
She doesn't look phased at all.
No, it's like I know tonight she's going to skip sex.
And that'll be another week?
And not only that, I went to bed early Saturday night. I was really tired. I go to bed, and she walks in and wakes me up by, shuffling around in the bedroom, moving around. And then she's like, setting her clock because she had to get up early Sunday morning.
She has her own clock.
Yeah. She has her own little clock on the side of the bed.
Doesn't that wake you up if she gets up early?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, well, what about, did I wake up? I go, what are you doing? She goes, I'm setting my clock. I have to get up early. I go, what about me? Oh, it won't disturb you. I go, what am I, in a different room?
Your alarm clock only rings for you?
I said, why don't you go sleep in another room? I have a little bedroom for her now that she can go sleep in.
Uh-huh.
No, I want to sleep in my bed. You go down there and sleep. So I said, this marriage is a total farce.
Oh, stop.
This is what I said to her. I said, it's a lie and a joke. And she goes, what? How dare you say that? I said, it is. I said, I haven't had sex in a week. She goes, yeah, well, I've been busy and you've been busy. And I said, I don't care. You don't love me anymore. It's obvious. You don't even give me sex. I'm laying here now you not only do you woke me up, you're not going to give me any sex.
You're fighting with me.
Yeah, right. You're fighting with me. It's endless torture.
The two of you.
Oh, my God. Locked in eternity.
Wrestling with each other.
Yeah, like that Star Trek episode when the black and the white guy were fighting each other. Their horns locked in eternity.
No exit.
No exit.
This is it.
So I said, she goes, I've been busy and I have to get to sleep and I'm only going to have a couple hours. I go, yeah, but I said, maybe some sex would mellow us out.
Yeah, would it help the situation?
Yeah. So then she storms out of the room and she's crying and then I'm screaming at her and then she comes back in. It's a whole it's a whole thing.
There's got to be that before you can have sex.
Yeah.
Crying.
Every week. Every week it's the same thing. I badger her into sex. It's psychological torment.
That's pretty funny foreplay.
Yeah. It is so weird. I'm so sick of begging for it. I'm so tired, man. I'm tired. I told her I'm dead inside. She goes, what does that mean? I go, I'm dead inside.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
I said, I'm dead. I go to work, I come home, I go to work, I come home.
Really, man?
What kind of life is that?
Well, what would you like to be doing?
I don't know, but I'd like to have sex on Saturday. Not now, you're taking that away from me. What else do I got? I'm a guy. I'm horny as hell. I masturbate all week.
Which I don't believe.
It's true. I swear to God.
I decided you're not doing that.
You're the only one who believes that. And God bless you if that's what you want to believe. It's like a tampon. What do you call that? Like a Kotex. Keep things neat.
Absorbency.
Super absorbent tissue.
He's on a super?
My spirit is totally defeated.
Light days won't help him.
I'm 42 years old and I still pleasure myself. It's pathetic.
You never thought you'd be doing it.
I never thought I'd be doing it for this long.
Yeah.
I never did. I thought
You thought like 13, 14, 15. That would be
when I got married, it was like, I figured, well, that's because so I won't have to do this anymore. And I'm still doing it.
When did you start after marriage?
That's a good question. I don't exactly remember. I need my biographer. I carry one of those now.
It just finds its way back in.
It finds its way back into your life, and you don't know when. It just creeps up on you.
A year or two, or a month or two?
Yeah.
No.
A week or two?
No. No, it was like a couple of years in.
Really?
Yeah.
So you refrained? Did you have like feelings like you wanted to do it, but you said it's wrong, I'm married?
No. Like I remember in Hartford, I never did it. I didn't do it in. I go by radio station.
Okay, yeah, that's how we mark time.
I know it. I know because I don't know it by years. I know in Westchester, I never did it.
Okay, that was your first radio job.
Right. I know.
Hartford, you didn't do it.
Hartford, I didn't do it.
Second radio job.
It might have, not in Detroit. It might have reared its ugly head in Washington. I think Washington was when I started.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So that was like, how many years were you married by then?
50.
Oh. Not what it seemed, or the actual.
At some point, it just creeps its way back in. I don't know how or when or why.
I'm just trying to think. That was 1981.
Yeah. Right.
How long had you been married?
I don't know. Someone asked me yesterday how when I got married, what year I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe 1978 or 9.
Well, 8. You know what age you were when you got married.
I don't. I really don't. I don't have a memory for that kind of nonsense. My wife could tell you all that because she has nothing to do all day.
And so she sits around remembering that.
Yeah, those are important dates to her. To me, those are meaningless. It would just depress me.
Well, you met her at 20 what? 21.
21. No, 19 I met her.
19?
Yeah.
And you got married how many years later?
What?
You used to know that.
20.
I'm trying to think of something you know.
5 years, maybe? 4 years?
Okay, 5 years after, so that would be 24 years old.
Right. Would it?
If it was
I
5
don't even
years
know
after
that.
19.
Yeah, 24. I was 24 when I got married. That sounds good.
What year was that, Fred?
Why does this matter?
I just need to know when you started masturbating.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you that, all right, so I was 24 when I got married. And how old was I in Washington?
28.
So it was 4 years in.
3.
Here you go.
3 or 4.
3 or 4 years. Now you know. Now you know.
You were 27, actually.
Right.
That's true.
That's right.
The next question is,
yeah.
After you met her and you guys started getting it on and dating,
yeah,
did you stop?
I don't think you know what? I don't even remember in college ever having a desire.
Well, he said he never did it in college.
I
because
didn't.
He had roommates and a whole thing.
but I didn't have a desire to. It's really weird.
So you guys didn't live together before you got married?
Not until...
Not live together.
Right. No, we lived together.
20-something.
No, we lived together before we got married for a couple of years, but I never did it. I just always had sex. And when I wasn't having sex, I wasn't doing that.
When you first start living together and the person's always there and you're young,
yeah,
you just don't.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why. I guess had I done that, I never would have gotten married. Because I would have been like, hey, why am I doing this? Why should I marry this person? I'm still masturbating.
So that's what tricked you.
That's what tricked me. I stopped. Yeah, right. She was doing a good job. It tricked me.
You thought it was over.
Right. It's a nightmare. My whole life. So anyway,
for like that's since 1980 something, 81.
Yeah.
You have been masturbating.
That's right. That's correct. So then Saturday night, I was yelling at my wife and stuff, and she was yelling at me, and she was crying and everything. Then so finally around midnight, she gets
You don't mind that your wife cries?
No, it's the only way to get her into it. I have to badger her into it. Let me tell you something. So Saturday night, then she like pulls my pants down, and she starts doing something to me. Fine. At least my wife, if she gets charged up during sex, she can't fall asleep. If you crank her real good. So anyway, do you know anything about that?
You can be cranked well enough to fall asleep.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, listen to this. So because I had a full week of pleasuring myself,
yes.
I got into the sack, and I'm going, and she didn't want any vibrator or anything. She just wanted to get it over
She
with.
just wanted to get it done. She was busy.
And she didn't realize I'm completely empty. So it's like, I'm just going to go a long time. So I'm into it, and I'm doing it and everything, and it's going 10, 15 minutes. And then she goes to me, "You ready?" So I said, "Yeah."
Whoa.
So she goes, "What's the matter with you?" I said, "Nothing. I'm pleasuring you." She goes, "Oh, okay." So, I'm continuing doing my moves, which are many and plentiful. I'm doing my moves.
Varied and wondrous.
And then I said, "Hey, baby, why don't you get up on all fours?" She says to me, "Oh, come on already." Now, I couldn't believe this. You hate that? Sort of why? Join the club.
I would say that's a person who's not into what's happening.
No, she goes, "Come on, this is taking so long."
Get it over with.
Yeah, get it over with. And I'm like, "Oh, my God."
It's not a vaccination.
I said, "Allison, what are you talking about? Get it over with."
That's not making love.
She goes, "Hurry, hurry, hurry."
And her doing that does not hurt.
Oh, my God, no. And I'm just like, man, she hates this.
That's 5 steps.
Not only does she like it, she hates it.
That's awful.
And she goes afterwards, "Oh, that was really good." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Thank you for everything."
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
So instead of just going to it and relaxing and having a good time, you had to thoroughly concentrate to get to the end,
right? Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, why am I bothering you?"
It's a chore, a job.
A chore. Yeah. Man, I'd love to have sex where the girl was enjoying it. This is the constituency of Mayor Barry speaking about Mayor Barry, but the English language gets very, very mangled.
Because I think we been depressed for a while, for 200 years, and I think we're still being depressed.
Because he's an unscrutable character. If I look at it as conjecture, because I look back at the Tuskegee incident.
It's very initiative to the people of Washington. He knew he got caught in the dumbness, and he realized his wrongness. How should I say, like, undescribably, what can I say? Life is abundant to all man. Then we have no unity in the sense of commodity.
I don't think we have no unity in the sense of commodity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Jackie, you understand that.
I understand everything.
Yeah.
You
think these guys understand what lawyers are writing?
I don't know, but one guy apparently has been listening to too many commercials.
Right.
Because he used the word undescribably.
Yeah.
Or undescribably, which was in a commercial, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Undescribably delicious?
Is that it? Chunkies.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's where he got undescribably.
Understand. Now, that's a big downfall right there.
Because I don't think that he's in his right senses. I do think Dre's do people your ability to think, and so on. I don't think that the people really got the concept that what he was trying to put out to the audience,
Cracking impairs your thinking, your ability to do things.
Wow.
So I want to find out from the people who voted for Mayor Barry if they still stand by their man. You want to do that next?
Yeah.
You want to find out?
Since we had a preview,
right.
let's go to the videotape.
All right, we'll do that right after these words.
Hi, can I ask you a couple questions for broadcast on WJFK?
Oh, yeah.
Did you vote for Marion Barry?
Yes, I did.
Would you still vote for him?
Yes, I would.
Well, there you go. Well, that sums it up.
All right. Well, that was only one.
Okay. How many more you think you need to hear?
Can you list some key points from his campaign platform?
Not right at this time, I can't.
When do you think you could?
Maybe within about another hour or something. Give me time to think about it.
Oh. Right. Do you think he sets a poor example for the children?
No, I don't.
How does he set it? How does he set a good example?
He's done a lot for the city.
Like what? But you can't point it
He's
up.
out here. He's participating in every little thing right now.
Do you think being on crack could impair a person's ability to run a major United States city?
Yeah, it could.
He could. Not him,
Could,
though.
But not Mayor Marion Barry.
That's why he's so great.
Not in this case.
You got to look at it by a case-by-case example.
It slows your process of thinking now.
Do you think it'd be okay if Mayor Barry only smoked crack on the weekends and special occasions?
No, I don't. No.
So any time at all?
No, I don't think it would be good for him to smoke crack at any time.
Right.
Okay. You think he should be able to declare his crack as a business expense?
Oh, man, this is wild here. No, I
don't. Do you think O.J. Simpson would make a good mayor?
Yeah, that's a good question. Do you think O.J. Simpson would make a good mayor? Because if you're willing to vote for Mayor Barry,
find the line.
Yeah.
Probably would.
Okay.
And we don't need to play anymore.
All right, you don't want to hear anymore?
The end of civilization.
I don't want to play anymore.
Are we becoming a third world country, or are we there already? It's not a question of if we are becoming one. I just want to know if we're there.
You know, it's like Dennis Miller said he can't listen to the news anymore because he thinks we're in some apocalyptic, kind of situation.
Yeah.
And I'm beginning to feel the same way.
I think that within our lifetime, we'll be okay. Like, things will get really bad.
But it won't be as bad.
No, we'll
as
die.
It's gonna get.
When we die, it's going to look pretty bad, but we'll be dead.
Yeah.
Our
When the
kids,
whole thing falls apart.
Our kids are going to be the ones who really enjoy the world.
Oh.
The apocalypse is going to be upon them. As we're dying, we're going to be going, oh, those poor people, they're going to be alive.
How's that?
No comment on that.
Do you think blacks and whites receive equal justice in America?
No, I don't.
Why not?
Because I think we been depressed for a while, for 200 years, and I think
we've been depressed.
Cheer up.
Cheer up. We've been depressed. Yeah, well, we've been depressed. You're so depressed about it.
I think the word he was looking for was
oppressed. Okay.
Yeah.
We've been depressed.
Pretty close.
That's pretty close. But they do mean two different things.
One letter.
Because I think we been depressed for a while, for 200 years, and I think we're still being depressed.
We're being depressed.
I'll tell you one thing, I'm depressed being here.
You're being depressed.
You're not kidding.
Would you vote for a rapist?
Nope.
How about a murderer?
Nope.
Okay, one more. Do you think crack and AIDS were invented by the white man to get rid of blacks?
Yes, I do.
Can you expound on that a little bit?
I think it was an elaborate scheme to put it in the black neighborhood to extinguish or break up the black family. You know, that's the best I can tell you right now.
Interesting. I wish you could tell us more, but maybe the FBI is monitoring this conversation. I wish I could tell you more right now.
But I'm depressed.
Maybe that's what he meant by the black community being depressed. By the crack and the AIDS. He didn't mean oppressed.
He meant depressed.
He meant they were in a depression.
I see.
Right. I don't know if I want to hear anymore.
I don't. After he said he would vote for the mayor, I said I don't want to hear.
You want to hear one more? One more guy? All right. Because now I'm depressed.
I am being depressed.
Yeah. I am being depressed. Now we're all depressed.
For 200 years.
That's right. Or at least the last 20 minutes. So if there was no crack, then all the black families would be like the Waltons.
Right.
Right. It would all.
There you go.
It's the crack that's breaking up the family.
Really, man.
Thank you, OJ.
Hi, can I ask you some questions for broadcast on WJFK?
JFK? That's the one with the little guy that said, have you seen, what's the guy? Howard Stern?
That's him. That's him.
Uh-oh, a fan.
The little guy.
Yeah, that little guy. Like an elf.
Little guy in the radio.
Right.
Say hi to Howard.
Hey, Howard. What's up, buddy?
What up? Hey, man, what's up? What's up? What's up?
What are you drinking here?
I'm drinking Old English, but it doesn't impair my judgment on my way of thinking. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet, anyway. That means he hasn't had enough.
Give me an hour.
I could answer your questions now.
What the hell is Old English?
I don't know. I think
like
that is aftershave.
It's like a malt liquor.
You know what it is? What's happened is booze doesn't give you the same kick after a while. Kitty Dukakis used to be into aftershave,
I
I
used to
think.
just take a few sips and it would impair my judgment, but now it takes a lot longer.
Wasn't it Kitty Dukakis who had that problem?
She was drinking perfume
and stuff?
All kinds of things.
What is Old English? It's a malt liquor?
Malt liquor.
That malt liquor is so big in the black community.
What is malt liquor?
Well, I grew up in the black community, and no one was really into beer. They were into malt liquor. And every kid came to school.
It looks like beer.
Yeah. Every kid came to school with a brown bag, and it's in a big, big giant bottle,
yeah.
Right.
and would slug it down before class.
But what is it?
It's more powerful.
It's
got more alcohol than
beer. Yeah, it's a malt liquor.
Got more kick.
It's got more kick.
Because we depressed.
All right, let's hear what this gentleman has to say. Maybe he has some rational thought.
Did you vote for Marion Barry?
Yeah, I voted for him.
Yeah.
Would you vote for him again?
Oh, there you go.
How come?
See, it hasn't impaired his judgment.
Yeah, right.
He's a clear thinker.
Maybe if more guys would drink that Old English.
Because he just, his character is challenged. And I challenge it myself.
Does he set a poor example for the children?
He set a poor example for everybody here in D.C., in my opinion.
Good man.
Do you think being on crack could impair a person's ability to run a major U.S. city?
It can impair your ability to even walk. So how can you know?
Here's a guy who makes sense.
This man is making real sense.
Let this guy be the mayor. He's only on Old English.
Which he knows when it's impairing his
right.
ability.
He even said, I can answer your questions now, but it will impair my ability later.
Anything. Can't even run your own household. You're going to steal everything and sell it.
Do you think O.J. Simpson would make a good mayor?
No, I do not.
Why not?
Wow.
So far, so good with this guy.
See? Remember God looked down on earth and looked for one good man? This is the guy.
He'll save us because of this guy.
This guy made maybe the apocalypse is not upon us.
Because he's an unscrutable character.
Did you support the Million Man March?
Yeah, I was there.
How has your life changed since you went?
It hasn't changed that one bit.
He's honest to a fault.
Right.
I like this guy.
So kind of all the things that Farrakhan was talking about kind of went away pretty quickly?
I don't go along with a racist. Farrakhan is a racist.
Man, this guy's outrageous.
Yeah, what is he doing sitting there drinking Old English?
Sure he's black? He's not with the program.
Very cool. Do you think that Church's chicken is trying to poison you?
Nah. Because there aren't any more Church's chicken here in D.C.
Well, how about KFC?
I love KFC. That's finger licking good.
Okay, one more question. Do you think that...
This guy must just be tan.
I don't know what's going on here.
You ever see guys with like really deep tans? They can look black.
Crack and AIDS were invented by the white man to get rid of blacks.
Well, I just think about... I don't doubt, but I look at it as conjecture because I look back at the Tuskegee incident when they injected so many black people with these with their syphilis and without them knowing. But I don't put nothing past the system. I can't say it's the white man's system or the black man's or the green man's system, but it's the system.
I think now the Old English is kicking in.
You think so?
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's impairing him.
How would it be? So I put nothing past him.
Well, there you go. There's a guy. Hey, score's 1-1.
Yeah.
Want to see if there's a tiebreaker in here?
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Now you got us going.
Now you got a contest.
Third.
Can I ask you some questions for broadcast for WJFK?
Yes, sir.
Did you vote for Marion Barry?
Yes.
Would you vote for him again?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
You know, there was a moment of hope.
Something tells me that guy's like all alone.
Glimmer.
Can you list some key points from his campaign platform?
I felt that, you know, his from what his past was very initiative to the people of Washington, and he cared about the people of Washington. His downfall is not a downfall for Washington, because if it was, the people would not accept him back again. And they realized his situation, whatever his situation was, they accepted it, and
sounds like one of the answers to my father's questions when I was 5 years old.
But you know, it sounds like his brain is working over.
Yeah. Well, the guy's never seriously been interviewed before. He probably is like just involved in a street conversation.
Yeah, it's almost like you can see smoke.
Yeah. Don't ask me to communicate, for crying out loud. I'm completely tired here.
And they gave him mercy, and they pleaded with him.
Do you think he sets a poor example for the children of Washington?
No, because I believe that the people of Washington believe that he's proven himself to the fact that a strong black person can do what they have to do for themselves, regardless of whatever strife or pain that they may suffer, and they can deal with it.
That's a good answer. What's it got to do with being a role model for children? See, you getting all excited because of that one guy.
I'm wondering if this guy's Old English has kicked in.
We should have gotten the rational guy to argue with this guy.
Do you think that as mayor of Washington, Mayor Barry should be entitled to smoke crack?
No. A representative of the country, of the nation, of the capital should not be allowed to indulge in drugs and whatnot, but that might have been his downfall at the time.
No wonder that guy keeps getting elected. His constituency. There's no way you can turn off this constituency.
You know, and they all voted.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that was to piss off the white man.
These people aren't thinking about anybody,
No,
Howard.
I'm telling you.
It amazes me that they got out to vote. Somehow that happened.
Yeah, well, that's amazing, too.
He got a spiritual understanding of himself, and he done the right thing, and it took it took a lot for him to do what he had to do. And with the Spirit of the Lord, he did what he had to do.
Do you think it'd be okay if he only smoked crack on weekends and special occasions?
No. He shouldn't smoke no drugs at all, because he had this spiritual understanding. He know what time it was. He knew he got caught in the dumbness, and he realized his wrongness. So man made him...
He's like Jesse Jackson, this guy. The dumbness and the wrongness. A lot of brothers now rhyming in their answer.
Put him in a situation that he didn't want to be in, so he's good.
Would you prefer a mayor who was a crack addict or an alcoholic?
I would prefer a mayor that understood the people of the nation, of the
country,
city that he's dealing with. If he was a crack addict or alcoholic, he understands the plights of everybody, and he don't understand.
So he doesn't prefer one over the other.
Yeah, either one.
Either one would be
good for
fine,
him.
as long as they right. I dig this guy. You know, I know where he's coming from. He's coming from Mars, same place Fred's from.
More so now because he was part of it, and And he
You know this guy from back home, Fred?
He might have been my neighbor.
dealt with it, and he's dealing with it in a good way, and he's showing others in the community and other addicts and other alcoholics that there is a way that you can
govern and behind.
Come away from all of this.
Do you think Mayor Barry should have an all-felon staff?
Say what?
An all-felon staff? No. He should have his staff the way he should.
What?
To his own knowledge.
I missed
Let his wisdom understand that
You missed it.
So did he.
You didn't miss anything.
He has to do. Let it be his will. If it's his will and his knowledge to give the Mayor Barry, he'll change his staff the way he should be.
Do you think O.J. Simpson would make a good mayor?
Yes.
Wow, good one. O.J. Simpson should be, to my knowledge.
My knowledge, which is a thimble.
Let me look around in here.
But, so he hasn't given an answer yet. He's thinking about this.
You got to roll that back. I got to hear the reaction to that question again.
All right.
Because this blew out all circuit.
Yeah.
Wow.
We got to pull it.
Do you think O.J. Simpson would make a good mayor?
Wow, good one. O.J. Simpson should be.
You know, nobody's ever bothered to ask this guy anything, probably. It's the first time.
My knowledge, a person of.
What do you think? Do you think he's going to say yes or no? Let's have a game.
I'm afraid.
Take a vote. You're first.
All right. I think O.J. Simpson should be president.
Is that what you think? So you think that he's going to say yes? He could be a mayor.
National level.
So you're saying yes. Fred, what do you say?
Absolutely yes.
Jackie?
I think you forgot the question.
I think he's going to say no. I think he's going to surprise us. Yeah, I think he's leaning toward no, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping.
Wow.
Then again, I thought the O.J. jury was going to actually come out and vote, guilty. But what do I know?
How should I say, like, undescribably, I don't have no views on whatever the situation is, but as far as the mayor, if the people believe in him, and if they believe that he didn't do whatever happened to him, and whatever they claim that he
We should have bet money.
I think I'm going to be wrong. That is impossible.
You're losing.
Wait a second. Hold on. Wait. He didn't say it yet. Yeah, no, he didn't.
Shouldn't you? Man should not judge another man for his wrongness. Only God can judge that one.
Oh.
Do you have a drug or alcohol?
That was a yes.
Like, you know what? I think they needed a follow-up. It sounds like he would vote for him for mayor, I got to admit. I think he was leaning in that direction. There's 2 votes O.J. could get.
Yeah.
O.J. ought to run for office in a primarily black area. He would win. Imagine Congressman O.J.
Oh, dear.
I would like to pass a law that women should keep their mouth shut.
Unfortunately, I'd like to forego that, even though it would be of great comedic value.
Why should a man who slips a few times and beats his wife be put on community service?
I would love to.
Especially if he's a renowned football player.
Well, he now knows because he's been in the situation.
Right.
Can judge that one.
What was the question again?
Oh, I forget.
Yeah. I'm just curious.
I'm confused.
A man for his wrongness. Only God can judge that one.
Do you have a drug or alcohol problem?
At this moment, I have no drug and alcohol problem because I am involved in a program at the VA hospital.
This was a straight interview?
Yeah.
And the fence is in the house.
See, if he said he had a drug or alcohol problem, I'd understand the confusion.
Please say you're on
At this time right now?
Give me an hour.
All right, so the guy's cleaning up. I dig that. That's good.
And I'm staying clean.
Good for you.
Have you or a family member ever been arrested or had a problem with the law?
To my knowledge,
you gotta go to his knowledge.
That's scary when you got to answer a question like that with to my knowledge. To my knowledge. To my knowledge, I have not been. Nothing I can recall.
Let me go to my knowledge.
Where is it? Must be locked in a box somewhere.
Never had no. I've had problem with the law. Not all of us. You know, we've all had problem with the law in some way or some form or fashion.
Right.
But
the whole family.
My family, as far as my family's concerned, that's personal. I can't deal with that.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Hey man, we're trying to get an interview with you. Yeah. I got to take a break. I don't mean from this. I mean from life.
Oh, man.
You want to hear any more, or are we closing that out?
Oh, dear. I mean, now I'm intrigued.
You like this. You really love this. Everybody loves this. Well, you know what it is? A lot of people who go to work every day, who are busy in society, don't really get to hear the people of Washington, D.C. when they talk about their mayor.
This guy's almost done, and then there's one more interview.
Is there one more? All right. All right. Let me take a.
And then what we did is we put together a little montage of a lot of people we spoke with.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Maybe we could put it to music. All right. We'll take a break and we'll be back. No wonder you got fooled, Grandma.
That is you.
I know. I knew it was probably a joke, though. But I wanted
So you asked him only 3 questions, and then you were convinced it was me?
Yeah.
I see.
Well, no, I knew it was probably a joke, but this.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
you just wanted to do it anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you good looking?
I had a thing in there, a little clause in there.
You had a clause in there?
Mm-hmm.
What was the
I
clause?
told him that I'd call Ian if he would sponsor my cheerleading team.
What did she just say?
She would call Ian if he would sponsor my cheerleading team.
Oh, I see. You have a cheerleading team?
Yes.
A lot of hillbillies are into cheerleading.
She is the head of the cheerleaders.
I went out to Arizona. Every chick I met out there was either an ex-cheerleader who had a cheerleading team or was a cheerleader.
Oh, boy.
It's like a big thing out there.
It is.
Yeah, cheerleading. Women do cheerleading and guys play football.
Aren't they running out of teams? How many teams are there?
And you know how, like, remember that movie with Sybil Shepherd, that real sad town where the guy was the football star and she was like a cheerleader?
Oh, yeah.
What was the name of that?
Yeah, wait a minute.
You know, black and white film. I can't think of the name.
Last Picture Show.
Last Picture Show. Remember how sad that was?
Yeah.
That's what it really is like out in the, hinterland, like in places like Alabama.
Oh, Alabama's not that bad.
Because it's like all ex-football, like all the high school guys who their best days were in high school.
Their best days were then. Yeah.
And now they're working in some factory or something. And the women are all talking about their cheerleading and hanging around the football guys.
Right.
And they dream of being cheerleaders.
And they want their kids to be cheerleaders, so thus the cheerleading squads.
Yeah, does this sound familiar, honey? Tell me if this is in your life. Well, I said to the girls, if we could get the money, we're going to get a bus so we could ride to the big cheerleading competition. And what I do is I ride with the girls and I help them. Sound familiar?
How'd you know it was a competition?
Yeah, because I know you. I know your story. I know everything about you. I don't have to know you.
Well, he actually made love to you this week.
Yeah, it was me.
Yeah.
Honey, I know your whole story. I know every person from Alabama's story. That's why it's so sad. That's how come, like, people who live up north, they know about your sad life. We goof on people like you.
And the
Yankees
people
are sad.
What?
who used to live
Yankees
there
are sad.
You think the Yankees are sad? I know
Very,
you do. I know
very
you do.
rude, very crude.
Yeah, here we go.
They are. I married one.
Oh, come on, honey.
He converted to Southern.
Honey, I know your whole life story. When I was in high school, we had the cheerleading team, and I always appreciated our cheerleading head person. So when I became one, I always said to the girl, and the girls are like my friends. They really are. They're a great bunch of kids. And if I can get the bus together for the big competition, I'm going to try my darndest. And if that means having cyber sex with Howard Stern, I'll do it.
You think this is a joke?
No, I don't think it's a joke. I think your life's a joke.
No, I think this is very sad, actually.
Sad. No, it really wasn't me on America Online. I hate to disappoint you.
And that's fine. I mean, I knew it was probably a joke.
Yeah.
But then you're not going to get the.
I bet she's good looking too.
But she's not going to get the funding for the cheerleading squad.
Yes, we will.
How are you going to get the funding? Maybe have a bake sale.
We'll do everything we can.
And you don't understand how important this is in this woman's life. She'll do anything to get that funding for that bus ride because she's so desperate. She's desperate to get the hell out of town too. Then we'll get together with all the other coaches who used to be cheerleaders.
Yeah, and how long can you live on winning or going to this competition? Like another 5 years?
Yeah, it'll be like a big. And by the way, her team won't win. They won't even place. They'll just go back to the.
We've been champions for 4 years. Thank you.
How many girls are on your squad?
33.
And are you responsible for each girl?
Yes, I am.
Well, you have a lot of responsibility, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And the girls are a good bunch of girls?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, and they work real hard at it?
Yes, they do.
That's good. So, in other words, you spend your life having compassion for girls who are the most popular girls in school. The cheerleaders who have great bodies.
Were you a cheerleader?
Yes, I was.
Of course she was. You don't,
yes,
of course.
I was.
What do you mean? You got to ask? Of course I was.
Well, anyway, y'all have a good day.
Am I right or am I wrong about you?
What?
Yeah. Your whole life.
It's cheerleading.
No, it's not all.
And what happened to your husband? I used to be married.
No,
I
she
am
says
married.
she's still married.
Oh, you are? But you hardly see your husband. Tell the truth.
No, I see him every day.
Yeah, okay.
He just left a while ago.
I know. But you don't communicate all that well, do you?
Yes, we do.
Uh-huh. Well, all right. I think we're getting a little too close.
No, you're right.
And I bet you were a real good-looking girl in high school, weren't you?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Was he a football hero?
No.
He played football, didn't he?
No.
Oh, I see.
He did when he was young, but not.
Right, exactly.
Well, that's what we're saying.
He played in high school.
No, he played when he was a youth.
A youth?
A youth.
Yeah, okay. Have your looks faded? You keep yourself in good shape, though, don't you?
Well, I'm 32 now, so...
Yeah, but the girls on the squad
Can
need
you
to...
still get into your uniform?
No. Are you kidding?
You can't?
No, I don't think any of us at this age can get into our cheerleading uniform.
I bet you're like a mother to those girls on the squad.
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
And you put them through their paces.
Imagine how many people really need help, like crippled kids.
Yeah, kids who don't have a lot of friends and can't read, maybe.
There's something bizarre about a good-looking woman who gets older and then feels compassion for other good-looking chicks who have no problems in their lives.
The kids who are having great lives already.
Yeah.
I do work with babies with AIDS, too, so
Oh, okay.
I do help the people in need, so...
Yeah, but isn't that mostly the babies of cheerleaders who have AIDS?
No.
Okay.
No, it is a foundation here.
And then the other cheerleaders that she's helping now will grow up to have her life.
There's
and
going to be more and more of these squads,
yeah,
Howard.
and because there's so few schools, what they have to do is they got to create cheerleading competitions for these people to go to because they don't know what to do with themselves.
Yeah. It's become like those beauty pageants of old. Now it's cheerleading.
It's epidemic, and it's to epidemic proportions. The point there's more cheerleaders than there are lawyers.
And you know, a couple of years ago, a woman actually tried to kill another kid on the squad because she wanted her daughter to get her spot.
That's right, because it's very competitive. You don't realize how hard cheerleading is. Okay, does this sound like you? Tell me if this sounds like you. You don't realize how hard cheerleading is. A lot of people make fun of it, but I got to tell you, it takes real athletic ability, don't it?
I don't picture you in a cheerleader.
Right. You couldn't do it. You try and do what these girls do. It is hard. Right? I got that rap. When I was...
And every year, some of these girls go out for the squad and don't make it.
When I was out in Arizona, I ran into a whole bunch of these kind of people. She was like, yeah, it's hard. A lot of people don't realize how hard it is. Am I right?
Oh, it is hard.
It is hard work. These girls work their hearts out. And I'm going to do everything I can to help them.
Howard, do you have children?
Yes, I do.
God bless them.
God bless you.
I hope you're a better parent than what you sound like you are.
I'm a great parent. I bet you're a lousy parent. Oh, you're so superficial. All you worry about is cheerleading.
No.
And cyber sex.
No.
What are you wearing right now? But you got a belly hanging over those panties now.
Now you can have sex with the real Howard Stern.
Yeah, come on, let's have a little sex. All right, honey, I'm going to give you some sex right now.
That would have been the raunchiest thing in my life.
Yeah, right. So meanwhile, you were busy having sex with me so you could pay for your cheerleading squad.
No.
Cheerleaders have replaced Hare Krishnas as a major pain in the ass at airports.
Are they collecting?
Yeah. You got to get money for the bus ride, right?
No, there's no bus ride in it.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you need money for? What
For the hotel and uniforms and staying overnight.
We have our uniforms already.
Then what do you need money for?
Just
For the
to get
fees?
there, the rooms, and
To
everything.
get there. Now, how you going to get there?
Everybody's going to take their own cars.
Oh, going to drive in a caravan. That'll be fun. That sounds like a whole big waste of time. How much money you need?
Waste of time was talking to you.
Now, how much money you need, honey?
None of your business.
Tell me. Maybe I'll help you out.
No, I don't think you will.
Sure. How much you need? Go around begging for cheerleading money.
No. I'd rather sit in the hot sun and
Bake your brains out.
Bake your brains out.
How much money you need for your cheerleading squad?
nothing. I appreciate it, though.
Now, how much you need?
No, I'd rather not.
How much does it cost to finance these young ladies? $4.
Well,
how much
you've
money?
had your kicks today.
How much money you need, sweetheart?
Nothing from you.
Oh,
that
now
would be
she's
dirt money.
Oh, don't be upset. Come on.
No.
Come on. You know
I
this is
always watch
important,
your show
cheerleading.
wondering, how can you be so rude?
No, I'm not being
Now I
rude.
see.
No, I'm not being rude. I'm asking you a legitimate question. How much money do you need for the cheerleading team? And I'll help you out. Maybe.
No.
Come on.
I
Pull at
think
my
that's
heartstrings.
No way.
Does your husband go with you to the cheerleading competition?
Yeah, he goes to the competition.
Does he flirt with the cheerleaders a little
No,
bit?
these
Oh,
are-
come on, honey.
These are 13 and 14-year-old girls.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? They start them young down south, don't they?
Anyway, I have to get my children ready for school.
Let me ask you, does Grandma go to these cheerleading events too? Do you tie her rocking chair to the roof of the Volvo?
Oh, Lord. You're terrible.
Like Grandma from Hillbillies?
There ain't no Volvos.
And these girls, they've matured at 13 and 14?
Yes.
Really? How do you know that? You see them naked?
No.
Well, how do you know they matured?
They act mature.
As opposed to me.
You said
Is
it.
that the? You got the car? Are you sitting in your garage in the car with the motor running?
No.
Don't do it, ma'am. Do you hear that noise in the background?
Yes.
What,
No, that's the air vent over the stove.
oh, I thought maybe you was doing yourself in.
Anyway, y'all
What you wearing now? What are you wearing? No, I'm being serious. Let me help you out here for a second. How much money do you need? Seriously.
No.
Come on.
No. I appreciate it, though.
No, come on. Let me know. I'm being serious. How much do you need? I'm being serious now.
No, you're just, this is a
No,
joke.
come on. This is where I become a good guy.
No, this is a joke to you.
But wait a minute, what difference would it make to tell us how much it costs?
Why are you embarrassed?
I'm not embarrassed.
So tell me how much you need.
After being treated like this and you expect me to,
Yes.
No. I thought you were a kind person.
No, I'm not. But
I
that doesn't
know,
mean
I
just, why are you
know.
embarrassed to tell me how much money you need? I bet you
I'm
it's a
not
lot of money and you're
I've
really
got
embarrassed.
33 girls. We'll be there 3 nights.
Go ahead.
So you figure, I don't know. I don't know.
What could a room cost?
What, down south?
It's $25 per girl a night.
Oh, $25 per girl, 23 girls. Now we know.
No, 33 girls.
33 girls.
What happens if the girls get their periods? Does it screw up the competition?
Good grief. I have no idea.
Come on, what
Find
happened?
someone else to pick on.
What happens if everyone gets their period?
I have no idea.
None of the girls get their period? Do I think of you as a mother? Don't they come to you for advice?
Oh, please. Anyway.
Should I go with the Kotex or the tampon?
You're gross. You're
Oh,
absolutely
I'm gross. What? Let me see the transcript of what you wrote to that guy on the cybersex, though. I'm gross.
She needs almost $1,000.
1,000? Where we gonna get that kind of money?
Oh, we'll get our money. I thought
We're gonna have bake sale. Sell grandma's choppers.
Cybersex with Howard Stern.
I'll go have some cybersex with Howard Stern. That's how I'll get the money. Girls, guess what? I just had cybersex with Howard
No,
Stern.
that's not what it
Now we get the
was.
money.
No.
Well, you gotta put those girls to work, man. They can make some money.
Bake sales. What happened to those?
We still have those.
Girls, we're desperate. Now, let me say something. The cheerleading squad has been a ritual in this town for many years, and I'm your leader. Now, you girls are all pretty, and we need $1,000. Now, how do pretty girls make $1,000 out here? Now, we can't be working at no McDonald's. So how are we going to make money? Pretty girls, virgins, sexy, in their cheerleading outfits. Athletic, and all we need is a quick grand.
Well, y'all have fun today.
Now, how are we going to raise that money? Let's think. Let's see. Hey, you know what I could do? My sponsor, Tent and Trails, I could send you some tents. You don't need hotels. You can camp out with the girls.
There you go.
Yeah, camping.
Yeah.
You're like you know what? You're like the Bad News Bears, who needed the money for the big game, for uniforms.
Well, anyway, I've got better things to do.
No, you don't. You don't have better things to do. You love this.
No, this is sad.
You're gonna hang up and sit there and just look at the wall, wait for that big cheerleading competition.
No.
So why is it so important? Now, your team has won 4 championships
Yes.
under your tutelage.
Yes.
What did you teach them? Some kind of fancy cheer?
I would say that, yes.
And were you so unbelievable when you were a cheerleader? You had all these great cheers, but you had to wait until you got into control to teach the cheers?
You were ahead of your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're sick.
I'm sick. Yeah.
Anyway.
Do we hope that cheerleading becomes a part of Olympic competition?
Do you think cheerleading should become part of the Olympic competition?
Oh, well, who knows?
You don't have any thought on that?
No.
Why don't they take cheerleading seriously?
Damn. Well, y'all get your kick somewhere else today.
Nuh-uh.
Find a good old Yankee to do it, too.
No. We like getting our kicks just fine from you.
I know, I hear you.
Now, what happens if you find out that one of them girls is a lesbian?
God.
Would you get them off the team?
See ya.
No, tell me the truth. Would you get them off?
Nasty.
Oh, you was having cyber sex. This ain't like you was a virgin. Yes, you did. You had with Howard Stern.
No, no, it was a discussion. It was going to be
discussion
about it.
I see. Now, if one of the girls was lesbian, are you a church-going woman?
What?
You believe in the Lord Jesus H. Christ?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now, if you found out that one of these here cheerleaders was a lesbian, wouldn't she have to leave the team for the good of the team?
I have nothing to do with people's
What would you do? What would you do?
Nothing. It's none of my business.
It's absolutely your business to protect the other girls from the lesbian demon.
Oh, great.
You understand?
You know what they say, one bad apple.
Well, the bad apple's sitting in that chair.
Hey, want to talk to a guy who thinks I'm treating you terribly?
Yeah, you're probably abusing somebody in the studio, too.
No, here's the guy on the phone. Wait, here, I'll come on with you. Ed, are you there? Ed.
Yeah.
You don't like the way I'm treating this woman?
Who's this, Howard?
Yeah.
You know, to tell you the truth. Yes,
why didn't you put up the money for her cheerleading team then?
I haven't heard the whole bit. I didn't know she's soliciting funds or whatever.
Yeah.
But bottom line is, I used to listen to you regularly.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, boy, this guy, I used to get a kick out of the negativity.
Right.
But this guy, I'm going down the dial, literally. I said, let me pop Stern on and see what's cooking.
Oh, I see. So, in other words, you never listened, but you just popped on to see what was going on. I see.
I know your routine. You think I'm a regular listener every
day. Yeah, I know. You just happen to, there's a difference between regular listeners and guys who just pop on.
Let me tell you. I live in the town of Rockville Center.
Yeah,
TV
Let me tell you something. What are you?
Watching TV this morning.
You piece of white trash garbage. You're like every other creep in Rockville Center. That's what you are. You're nothing.
What's with Big Perk?
Go to the golf course.
I'm sitting here, the cable went out, so I put you on.
Yeah.
And here you are giving a woman some grief.
Yeah. Why don't you get a radio show and show us how it's done, okay, Ed? Yeah, Ed.
Thank you, Ed. There are smart people out there, aren't there?
Oh, Ed? Ed's a moron.
Ed's probably got a cheerleading squad.
Yeah, you know what? You know why this Ed's upset?
She's coming down on me?
Ed's upset because, she's coming down on you, you stupid fool. You're protecting her, and then she's coming down on you, filthy piece of garbage.
How much success do you
need?
Says
what?
How much success do you need before you stop giving everybody grief?
Says what?
When are you going to get some happiness in your life?
Wait, what?
I beg your pardon?
I beg your pardon?
He can't hear me.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, he can hear you.
I sure can hear you, honey.
Let me tell you something. Now, you know what, Ed? Get lost.
Goodbye.
I don't believe you.
What do you want me? What is it you don't believe?
I believe you're a dope.
Can you listen to one thing, Howard?
Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah.
The freaking cable is out in Rockville Center. You can check. I popped on the radio. There you are.
Yeah, who cares?
I had physical...
Yeah, Ed, I know, Ed. You never listen. You never listen.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Let's get back to you.
No, thank you.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm out of here.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
I'll tell you when I'm done with you.
Oh, please.
I am not done. You listen to me. I'm the principal of your cheerleading squad.
You are so gross.
So, let me ask you something. What you gonna do if the girls can't get into the cheerleading competition?
We're going regardless.
You're gonna go even if you don't have the money?
We will have the money.
How you gonna get it?
Don't worry about it. Remember,
How
you
come
hate
this
cheerleading.
year
You
they're
think it's all
so
a joke.
late in getting the money?
How come you so late in getting the money? Ain't it
Well, it's
getting
not late. We're just now starting.
What kind of leader are you if you can't get the money?
Oh, God, this is a joke.
It ain't a joke. How you going to lead these girls and teach them right?
Well, I don't have time to listen to this. Have fun today. Find a Yankee to pick on.
What are you going to do if you can't get the money? I'm not done with you. I could yank you around for another hour. All right, let's get back. Listen, when we get back, I'm sorry. It's just that I do our whole story. You know what I mean? Cheerleading. You got to meet someone. You got to go down south and meet people and listen to their empty lives. They get all worked up over cheerleading. They're as close to retard as possible.
When high school ends, their lives end.
Yeah, it's the truth. It really is the truth.
Yeah, because they stay in those same little towns. I wish we had found out how many people are in town, because
and let me tell you something.
Probably about 50.
This woman, that cheerleading thing, is about the most important thing in her life. And
their whole lives revolve around.
And you should see how they are with the girls. Girls, we ain't gonna win this if you don't try hard. Now we're gonna have to practice 5 hours because they don't want to go home.
Beat up.
Listen, I'm not doing this for me. If you want to come back winners, and then they go there and they get the money and they have bake sales and everything, and then they lose.
But not only that, after all that, after 4 years of that, you're as a cheerleader.
Yeah.
Where can you take this great knowledge of games?
I mean, study Spanish. Do something with your life. I can almost do a split.
I can do a pyramid.
Learn karate at least so you can kick someone's ass. Yeah. Cheerleading.
You're an ex-cheerleader.
And instead of informing
there's no professional, how many professional cheerleaders can we have?
Instead of being noble and her going, you know what, girls, this cheerleading, the only reason I'm here is because I have such an empty life. I'm warning you now. Get into something good. Leave this cheerleading squad. That would be a really selfless
the next thing they're going to tell you is that cheerleading is the cornerstone of their moral upbringing, and that because they were cheerleaders, they are now better citizens.
Yeah, that's why they're having cyber sex on America Online. I got to take a break. I can't teach everybody everything. And then when I come back, I want to finish Mayor Barry here. And then I got to do Phone Caller of the Week. And I also have to play the Pastor Nettle sermon against Howard Stern. We'll be back right after this.
I thought we were going to do Pastor Nettle next.
Yeah, we're getting everything right after this.